Hi there. So this afternoon slash tonight, I'm going to be out here in the garden and just doing a garden tour of what my mid Michigan zone 4 or 5 garden looks like at the end of November. And this is the last, I would say, nice day that we are going to have. It was just a beautiful day today. The sun is just starting to set over there, and there's still some really beautiful orange in the sky. I don't know if you can see it, but it was just a really beautiful sunset, and it was pretty warm out here today. And it's the last warm day we're gonna have for quite some time as far as the weather forecast shows, actually. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get out here and kind of do a little bit of a garden tour, show you what the garden looks like at the end of November before we get some really cold weather and possibly some snow probably coming soon. So, all right, without further ado, let's take a look. And like I said, it is kind of evening, I guess, as the sun has went down. So you kind of get a different look at my garden. A lot of times I'm not out here this late, I guess, this time of year. So the sun is going down and it is getting a little bit darker, but I think it looks kind of cool out here. Here are some annuals that I still have to clean up. This brown stuff here is just the red big begonias that I planted, and I'll clean those up. And then this right here, these are blue salvia. I'll probably leave those because those have been a returner for me. They're technically an annual, but they have consistently come back after winters, and what I do is I just leave them like this. I don't cut them back. I feel like it gives them a little bit more protection over the winter, and then hopefully they'll return again for me. My little shag white pine is shedding all of its leaves. This is something that it does every single year. So if you find that your pines are doing this, this is completely normal. It sheds all of its kind of old growth, I guess, and sometimes I go in here and grab it out, and I literally just throw it on the ground. I really don't care. I think it looks fine. It all turns black anyway eventually. And then up here I have a little bit of a blue dry river here slash pathway where I've got some. These are Mexican beach pebbles. They're beautiful little rocks. They're super expensive though at like Lowe's or Home Depot. And whenever I see that they have like open bags of them up by the register at my favorite Home Depot, they sell them at like 25 cents a bag. So I scoop them up and add them to my little path in here. These are little lime hydrangeas. They are a beautiful hydrangea. This is probably my favorite panicle hydrangea, the little lime hydrangea. It gets 3 to 5 feet tall and wide, and I like to keep them around, gosh, I would say this is about 4 feet. I'm standing next to this hydrangea here, and it's coming up to about here on me, and I'm 5'3", so I like to prune them at around 4 feet and keep them this height because that's just the height I like them at. They're kind of like the teenage brother to the regular limelight hydrangea, and then there is also another hydrangea that's a little bit smaller than this, and I think it's called the tidbit, maybe. I could be wrong on that, but I know there's another one that stays a little bit smaller than the little lime. I've never tried that one though. Here I have a couple of fountain grasses. These are the Hamling fountain grasses, and I leave my grasses like this all winter long. They look so magical, like magical, mystical, whatever kind of like Disney word you want to use. When the snow drops on these things, it is the most beautiful sight, and I just love it all throughout the winter, so I leave them. Over here, all this brown stuff, again, I will probably come in here and clean up real soon here. These are all of my red big begonias that I had. Everyone always asks me about this tree. This is a globe blue spruce tree. It is just beautiful. I love the color of this tree and this structure, and I think it looks really nice in here. Over here I've got some more fountain grasses. These are kind of like a teenage brother to the Hamlin fountain grass over there. These are called Piglet. Same thing with these. I love to leave them throughout the winter because they just look really cool when the snow hits them. Up here we have a fuzzy little buddy named Max. He's so cute. Aww. And then you guys, I seen this the other day. These roses right here are Easy Elegance roses, and they're so beautiful. Look at this one, it's like drying on there. I should come out and cut this off before the snow comes. Isn't that pretty? Even at the end of November, it did one last bloom. These hydrangea right here are called Annabelle hydrangea. They are beautiful. They are kind of like a globy type snowball. They call them like snowball bushes sometimes, and they are just amazing. This spring I'll probably have to come in and separate them. They started out really small and they've kind of taken over this area, which is fine with me. It looks beautiful, but you can see the plant started right here and it's throwing out all these runners that I can basically come in and dig that up and have my own new chunk right there of a plant to plant somewhere else. So I want to get in here and do that this next spring, hopefully. This tree right here is called a dappled willow tree. It's like a variegated, almost like a tricolor. It has a couple different colors of like white and lime green on it, and then also regular green. Down here I've got some heuchera and heucherella. These have been in here for, gosh, so long. These are beautiful plants. This is a semi-evergreen, so they stay like this until the deer discover them throughout the winter, and then the deer eat them. You can see I'm starting to lose daylight, so I'm going to try to make it quick in here. I probably won't talk about every single plant just because we don't have time before the... What in the heck, you guys? Hold on. What in the world? Did Nate set up a deer stand in here? Maybe he got like a new deer stand and he's testing it out. What in the world? That is so weird. I'm like, yeah, maybe this is new and he wanted to see how it worked because he is going hunting this weekend. So he put it in my gully. Okay, you guys. All right, well, there you have it. Anyway, boy, that sun is going down quick. So this is why I love Carex right here. Look at how beautiful it still looks at the end of November. It looks just as good as it did all throughout the season. And then, of course, boxwoods. I like to throw those in throughout my garden. This is some of the little like rock design I like to do with my rocks that I find. Kind of did it around that one as well. Man, I'm trying to show you stuff before we lose complete daylight over here. But let's see. Oh, there's some more Carex in there. They're still looking really great. Providing lots of color. Down here I've got a bunch of heuchera. That's looking nice, still providing lots of color. These are caramel and Primo Black Pearl. Some more Primo Black Pearl right here, and this is, what is this, Timeless Glow. Got some more evergreens in here. The cool thing about these evergreens is you kind of really don't notice them all throughout the summer because they blend in. I've got so many hosta that grow up in throughout here in the summertime, and the evergreens, you kind of lose them, but then this time of year is like their time to shine. They're so gorgeous. Got some more heuchera down here. These are Wild Rose. I'm hoping that all of these annual snapdragons that I planted this year, along with my blue salvia, will come back this next year. We will see. Some of this blue salvia already returned for one summer, and hopefully it'll return for a second, but hoping that the snaps do the exact same thing. I also have some cleome that I have had planted in here for years that returns every year. And I want to go up here and show you this heuchera right here. This is called Mahogany Monster. Look at how big that leaf is. It's as big as my hand, or bigger than my hand. This is becoming my favorite heuchera. That's just a pile of rocks I found while I was digging this garden bed out. This guy is looking really good. I feel like I might put some burlap around it just in case the deer try to eat it. My lady's mantle, I dug this up from down in the gully and it never really did much, and it's only been planted in here for a few months and it already looks better than it did in its other spot after like 3 years. Let's go out here real quick and look at this heuchera. Oh, this salvia is looking really cool. I like that. Should have came out here earlier, you guys. Didn't realize we'd be losing this much daylight this quick. But these are looking really great. These are caramel heuchera with another blue spruce here. Glow blue spruce. This is how small my glow blue spruce was when I planted it up there, and it has grown into a really nice plant where I have it. I still have some berries left on my tree here, but I'm sure the birds will get these real quick. I've got 3 of those trees. They're called Sugar Time crab apples. These are a beautiful tree. They bloom in the springtime, like a whitish blush pink color. This lamb's ear also provides a really neat color as well. It's almost, I would say, a semi-evergreen too for a little while, until it gets tons and tons of snow on it, and then it kind of mushes up and dies off for the winter, but it does provide some good color while we have it. This is super cute. My mother-in-law got this for me for Christmas one year. It's a little gnome on a turtle, and it lights up. It's a solar-powered gnome. He's like just reading a little book. I love it. It's so cute. But I never really get to see it very much because I'm not out here too much at night, so I don't get to see it lighting up, but I love how cute that is. Maybe if we're out here for long enough, you can see my flag light up. Down here, I've got some Brunnera. This also stays looking pretty nice until it gets tons of snow on it, so this is a nice plant to have. Over here, this little fern I planted last fall, I think, and it is like almost an evergreen fern. It's called a holly fern. I love it so much. I wonder if there's a way to add more light on my camera. We'll just have to go quicker. This is looking awesome. My hellebore are starting to kind of stand out a little bit more after I cleaned it up. Same thing with my boxwoods here. These are also green velvet boxwood around my bench. And my little path here is staying nice and neat. Oh man, I'm so bummed that we're losing all this daylight. We might have to call this quits pretty soon here. I do need to come in here and clean up these hosta pretty soon so that we can kind of let these hellebore shine. All right, well, I didn't realize how quickly we were gonna lose the night light, I guess. The daylight was long gone, but I didn't realize how fast that sun was gonna go down. Maybe I will come out here in the morning. Tomorrow we're gonna have Thanksgiving with my mom's side of the family, so maybe I'll come out here quickly before that happens and get the other side of the house. I was trying to do more of like a night tour, but I didn't realize it was gonna get that dark that quick. So maybe I will continue this tomorrow. If it's not too cold, we can go on the other side of the house and get that. And I was hoping that you could see my American flag lighting up, but it's not quite dark enough for that yet. I'll come back out when it is. But for now, thanks so much for hanging out with me out here in the gully in the dark. And we'll see you guys possibly tomorrow. Okay, you can see that little thing lighting up. That's so cute. The little gnome from my mother-in-law. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. Nate.
What?
Why is there a deer blind in my gully?
It's not a blind. It's a deer stand.
Why is it in my gully?
Because my buddy Jeff dropped it off, wants me to use it. It's a climber.
You'd say you're just testing it out right there?
Yeah, he showed me. He just hooked it up for me.
Oh, so he just showed you how to hook it up and he picked my gully tree?
Yep, pretty much. He said that's the perfect tree. He pointed at it from his, he pointed at that tree from the driveway. He was standing on your hukara too.
Was he standing at my hukara?
Isn't that what it's called?
Well, some
Hukara?
people call it hukara, but I call it
Hukara?
hukara.
Yeah, I felt bad, but I couldn't say nothing to him.
Oh, I don't care. It's fine. The deer are gonna eat it in like a week anyway. All right, well, how long are you gonna leave it there?
Tomorrow.
All right. I just wondered. Thanks.